What is up, guys? It is your boy Jay. I got my co-host with me today, Shawntel,
As usual.
and this is episode 14 of Cinema Theorists, the big 1-4. That's crazy. We already surpassed Cinema on the Rocks, but we don't talk about that show no more.
Hey, humble
not-
beginnings. Humble beginnings.
humble beginnings. Anyway, today we are going to talk about episode 6 of Book of Boba Fett because we already did an episode last week. We're going to cover it briefly. We're not really going to get onto it too much because we spent a whole episode last week doing it. We're going to talk about 2 different movies this week. So there's a lot of spoilers. Well, one of them, we're doing Jackass Forever, which there's not really spoilers for a movie like that.
I love that shit.
And we're going to talk about Moonfall, Roland Emmerich's most recent disaster film. Someone might want to check him into a psychiatric hospital because he's made nothing but disaster films. And the last one he came out with was a disaster. But how are you doing today, Shawntel?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Haven't been doing a whole lot today. Went and made some money. But I've been excited because you went and saw Moonfall. Like I saw it like last week.
Yeah,
like
he saw last week because I didn't have A-list at the time and he got to go see it.
The investors joint. It was like a week early, but I loved it. I can't wait to hear what you say about it.
Yeah, and then we also saw an investor screening of Jackass on Tuesday.
Forever. Yeah.
Next week we'll be doing Death on the Nile, I would assume.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing the investor screening unless you choose to go by yourself because it's on a Wednesday and I can't do Wednesdays.
For sure. I don't know. I'll have to check my schedule.
Well, also, I'm pretty sure the investor screening isn't in IMAX and the opening night is.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I'll just wait.
Right. But we're going to start off strong here. We're going to do, episode 6, A Stranger in a Strange Land, or is it, what is it?
A stranger in a desert land or some shit like that.
Well, you'll roast us in the comments, and that's fine. I don't mind getting roasted and toasted about an episode title. Unless you're looking it up.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, you don't want to get roasted and toasted. By the way, if anyone likes the idea of a merch option for a shirt, I'm kind of thinking Roasted and Toasted is one of the merch titles because I say it a lot.
It's from the desert comes a stranger.
Okay. Alrighty then. Last week, we had an episode that didn't have anything to do with Boba Fett. And get this week, it's almost the exact same. We got to see Boba Fett for about 2 seconds.
Right. It's like 2 seconds.
Now, we talked about how last week's episode was pretty good. It was a nice change of pace. We got to see characters that we actually like watching. Right. Because the story is good and the rest of the series hasn't been. This is the episode that, as much as I liked it, there's a lot of issues I have with it.
Let's hear it.
First off, last week's episode made sense to, kind of catch us up on what Mando has been doing since, the end of season 2 of Mandalorian.
Right. And
we got to catch up, figure out how he got to Tatooine, how he got a new ship, how he became into the service of Boba Fett again, which was fine. I liked it. It's great. This episode, except for the parts with Cobb Vanth in the beginning and the end of the episode, I don't think, as much as I liked watching Grogu and Luke de-aged perfectly for once, I don't think we needed it this season. I think we could have had that in season 3 and it would have been just as good because we only have 1 episode left of Boba Fett. And as much as I dislike what's going on with the story right now, we're getting to the part that I actually was enjoying. And I don't see how they're going to do it in a 40-minute episode and wrap it all up because they're not going to do another season. Come on now.
Right. I agree.
So
I don't know. You already know I'm always a fan of pushing Star Wars to somewhere we haven't seen before. So having like the androids like build the temple, like the school, and to see how like that came about. Also to see Luke train, I'll say train Grogu again, something that we hadn't seen before. And a lot of people were saying, including myself, that this is something that they should have explored in the last trilogy that just came out, like the movies. They should have kind of focused on kind of showing Luke, you know, gearing up to where Kylo Ren like went and fucked up the school that he was doing. And that would have showed us him as a younger Luke, him training the Padawans and all this other stuff. That's the only reason why I like this particular episode, because again, it's pushing everything forward. They showed the Force jump. They showed him training with the little space droid thing. The only part I didn't like was the end of it, which was the choice that Grogu had to make. I was like on edge. I was like stoked because I saw like a box beside Luke, but I also seen him like unraveling it, and I already knew it was like a chainmail like joint for Grogu. But then I was like, bro, he's gonna get both. He's really gonna get both. He's gonna get this what the fuck is it called?
Beskar.
The Beskar. He's gonna get the Beskar and he's gonna get a lightsaber, bro. But then it was like, you got to make a choice.
Well, the problem is that he's still in the backwards way of thinking of Jedi, where he believes you can only be one or the other. You can't be both.
I was just about to say that.
Even though the person who made the darksaber, the weapon that he has, literally was a Mandalorian Jedi.
Exactly. And that's why I thought like I was like going out of my mind. Like that's why I thought like it was gonna be like he was gonna be both, to where he could be both. But I don't know. But I feel like you though. I feel like they're fucking up Book of Boba Fett. Kind of in a way, but in a bad way. Because it went from the Book of Boba Fett, and like I told you earlier, like I was stoked to see more Boba Fett. But then at the same time, these last two episodes, right before the season finale, has been nothing but the Mandalorian, his dope ass new ship, Ahsoka Tano, Grogu, a better de-aged Mark Hamill, and fucking Cad Bane.
So I have a problem with the Ahsoka Tano part.
No,
Yes.
You didn't hear me. Cad Bane.
No. We'll get to that.
Cad Bane.
We'll get to that. But I have issues with Ahsoka being in it.
Okay.
End of season 2 episode that she was in. She went off. She seemed like she was hellbound to find Thrawn. You know, she goes all this way to attack an entire village just to get information from this person. So your mind goes, okay, we're going to pick up with her in the Ahsoka show, where she's still hell-bent on trying to find Ezra Bridger from Rebels, which is a whole thing. And then she just shows up here like, oh, you know, I can't help you because I have something else I'm doing right now. I can't train him. And then just shows up and goes, emotional support. And I'm like, it's nice to see you here. It's nice that you're, you know, being supportive of Luke. But you didn't want to train him. So in the kindest words possible, what the fuck are you doing here? Go away.
Right, for sure.
She didn't do anything. She just stood around and talked.
Right.
I mean, I know she gave some wise words of wisdom, but like, goodbye. Go. I'll see you in your TV show.
Right.
The only reason she's in it, and I guarantee you it, is because Dave Filoni directed this episode, and that's his love child.
Of course. And I was just about to say that. It's potentially like just to keep her fresh in everybody's mind, because I mean, it's fucking Ahsoka Tano, bro.
Yeah. No, but Cad Bane,
bro.
He, as soon as, like, I had already known that he was going to be in it after being spoiled by it before watching it. And so I got home and I'm like, okay. When are we going to see him? And then Cobb Vanth goes out there and I'm going, and then I see him in the distance, like, buddy, I know you just took down 3 Pike members pretty quickly, but you don't go after this guy. You're going to die. And I don't think he's dead, though.
Oh no, he's definitely not dead.
Because he got shot in the shoulder, and then his deputy, who should have stayed inside and not been a stupid idiot, got shot multiple times, and he's definitely dead.
Exactly.
He's
and I think
he's a dead putee.
Oh my God, you're so fucking corny.
I gotta be.
I think they did it on purpose. I think they meant to show that he only shot old buddy once. And
As a warning.
He like overkill shot like the deputy dude. Like, so you know he was dead. But I like it wasn't spoiled for me. This was one of the times that I actually like woke up early in the morning.
Man.
And I was like, it's Wednesday. I'm about to watch the Book of Boba Fett before Jordan does. And then I watched it, and she was at work, so
That's good.
I was going out of my mind, bro. Like as soon as he was telling everybody to go in, and you could see like the silhouette of Cat Bane. As soon as I saw the brim of the hat, bro, I was like, I know they're not bringing in Cat Bane. I was like, I know they're not bringing in Cat Bane. And then like when I saw him, I almost like jumped out of the bed, bro.
Man, could you imagine if I hadn't been keeping you up to date with Boba Fett and you didn't watch that episode and had gotten spoiled online? You would have been pissed. That would have
sucked. Right, that would have sucked.
And this was the first time I woke up early. It was like 7 o'clock. I had to be at work at 9. And I thought nothing of it. You know, I got up, I did what I needed to do. And I started driving to work and I go, oh, Boba Fett came out. I forgot about that. Oh, damn. Now I know that Cad Bane's in it. I know Luke's in it. I know Ahsoka's in it. Jesus Christ, this is the book of Star Wars cameos, not Boba Fett.
Right. That's exactly.
Unfortunately, I thought that when Cad Bane showed up, remembering from the Clone Wars series, I thought, oh, cool. So he's gonna hire him to be in it. Not, oh, I work against him. Also, he hates Boba Fett, which is crazy because in the Clone Wars, he was a mentor to Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, right.
But there's an unreleased episode that is probably about to be considered canon where he's training him and stuff. Boba does something one way where he wants to save children and you know, he doesn't care. And then he shoots them in the draw. And that's how he gets the dent in his helmet.
Right.
And he hates his guts. Also, don't act like, he's a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire. Bitch, you are working for the Pike Syndicate. Don't act like you all high and mighty.
Right.
Everyone's worked for the Empire or some tyranny at one point or another. You're in most Pelgos. There is nothing but crime and villainy and scum.
Villainy. But yeah, you was asking about the voice. But of course, you know,
it is.
He's voiced by the same guy.
So, yeah, he played him. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
That shit is dope.
Also, I think originally he was supposed to, in the unreleased episode that they're gonna make somewhat canon, he was just gonna die.
Who, Cad Bane?
Yeah. And then they never released it. So it's like, good thing you didn't, because now he's in Bad Batch and he's in this.
Right.
He'll definitely be dead by the you know what? I'm going to consider the prequel or the sequel trilogy to be dead in the water. I don't consider those canon anymore. Because you get all this cool stuff and then you go, oh, you're training Grogu? Great. It'll be a safe place for all Jedi. Not in 30 years. Trust your instincts. You should have trusted yours, Luke.
Right.
Otherwise,
even watching the end of the episode, I already feel like Grogu is gonna choose the Beskar. Because
I don't think so.
Really?
No, I think he's shown that he likes the lightsaber too much. But then again, they could be leading him down the same pathway as Anakin.
Right.
Fear to lose what you love and path to the dark side. Then
right.
again, Darth Grogu.
And it may be showing a different side of the Force, like kind of what they was trying to do with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, so. But that's good episode. Definitely could have just been a season 3 episode of Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't think I have high expectations for them ending it on a proper note next week. I really don't, unless it's like this will continue in Mando season 3.
Yeah, I really don't see why they would even make a Book of Boba Fett season 2.
I mean, I hate to say it at this point, with the story they've written so far, I don't know why they made a first one.
Right. I totally agree though.
Like,
Because if nothing else, season 3 of The Mandalorian could have showed bits and pieces of Boba Fett doing what he's doing and showing more of Din Djarin doing whatever he's doing. And then, you know, they recruiting him to help them with the pikes and all this other bullshit. But I would assume that the only reason why they came out with a book of Boba Fett is to hold everybody over until the Mandalorian 3 come out.
so I feel like this is probably, it's not Star Wars or this is not Disney's first misfire with a Star Wars franchise, but
Of
I think
course,
it's the first TV show that's come out on Disney Plus misfire.
yeah,
Because
I
I
agree.
Commando 1 and 2 were good.
Yeah,
There was no expectations for the first one, really.
right.
And the
And
second
that
one
was
delivered.
that was the beauty of The Mandalorian, because it was a new IP based off something that we already knew. And then it turned out to be fucking phenomenal because, you know, yeah, immediately they showed a baby fucking Yoda. Like everybody was hooked, like right then and there.
Right.
Show me more, give me more, because the lore of Yoda in itself, and then they're showing a baby Yoda was like, this is the fucking Star Wars that we wanted. And that's what I was telling you. That's that's why I was so geeked about Disney Plus and them making Star Wars shows to push Star Wars forward more than what we already have. And then when The Mandalorian came out, like I say, it's already a bounty hunter. We already know about Mandalorians. And then it was a new character, showed Grogu. They keep showing like bits and pieces from like Clone Wars and all that other stuff. Shit is dope.
You know what would be just absolutely nuts? Imagine they end season 1, or well, Book of Boba Fett, on a tease, and the tease is somebody comes out of the woodworks, and it's the entire Bad Batch squad
That
in
would
live
that would
action.
that would be dope, because that would also tie in Cad Bane. It'll also tie in Omega, because Cad Bane was sent to get Omega. So like, imagine like them bringing all of that shit in. That shit would be dope.
Okay. The only thing I want to see next episode, just give me Boba riding a Rancor. That's it.
You said that the last time.
I did say it the last time. I'm disappointed, and I don't think we're gonna get a cape anymore. I just, after this episode, I don't think we're gonna get anything that I wanted. A good Boba Fett show, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't even see what they're gonna really do for this
I don't
next
know.
episode.
The only way they can redeem themselves in any way is to make the next episode like an hour and a half,
Right, like
which
a
is not
whole
gonna
movie.
happen.
Right, of course not.
I think it's
But
probably
I don't see where they're gonna go. I don't see where they're gonna go at all with this next episode.
to a galaxy far, far away in a script very underwritten.
For sure.
I'll give it a as much as I liked all the stuff in it, I can't give it anything more than a 3.
I don't even really have a rating for it. I mean, I'm gassed because
3
of
cameos out of 5.
that. Because I was stoked for Ahsoka. Because of course, like I told you, like whenever I see Ahsoka Tano, like I'm always geeked. And then Cad Bane, especially when I wasn't expecting Cad Bane, and they brought Cad Bane in, and the way he looked, I'll give
Yeah,
that shit like 100%, like just because of Cad Bane, bro.
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a critic, so even to Star Wars, I'm not going to let it slide that they thought cameos would make the episode better. And kind of, oh, we don't have a good written script for this season. Cameos, magic. It is a good show. But all right, now we're gonna get into probably the least interesting thing that I am gonna end up talking about this episode. No disrespect, but Jackass Forever.
Sure.
I'm gonna let you start.
Um, I
As
always have,
a person who has watched all of them, correct?
yeah, I watched all of them. I have a personal affinity for Jackass because, of course, I grew up with it on MTV and watching all the episodes and going to the theater to see like Jackass 1, 2, 3, all that other bullshit. So when I found out that Jackass Forever was coming out, like I had to go see it. So we went and saw it on what was that, Tuesday?
Yeah,
And
with a full theater, mind you, and I guarantee you, none of them were investors.
right. None of us was investors at all. Maybe kids of investors. I'll say that. I mean, I'm not a kid of an investor.
I would hope that kids weren't watching this.
Right. But I mean, if you know Jackass, then you know what was an abundance in the movie, which we could have done without. But other than that, I felt like
there were a lot of penises and male genitalia.
Right, way too much for either one of our likings.
No.
But I felt like it stuck true to home. I mean, you can only do so many getting punched in the face or getting hit in the nuts, but just to see those guys from back then, and they're as old as they are now, and they're to me, it was just the fucking fun that it was having. They legitimately was having fun being back on camera, doing stupid stuff that they used to do. And to be quite honest, the opening credits, I was half like, is this really them doing that? Or is this like CGI? And then at the end of the movie, when they was showing it was like really them, I felt like even better about the movie.
That was probably one of my least favorite bits. because after I realized what that thing was, and that was just painted on for the bottom part, it was fucking disgusting.
For sure.
Because you never want to see something that close in a big screen. Like it's like right here, and you're like, oh god, no.
Right. Nah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like I say, I'm not necessarily used to it, but I'm used to the franchise.
Let me ask you a question. Did you watch Bad Grandpa?
Yes.
Was that also just cuts of, or was it an actual movie?
It wasn't
like format.
It was more of a movie format than what Jackass is. Jackass is just a movie of the shit they used to do on MTV, which was just different bits.
I think it would have worked better as a TV episode.
Yeah.
Or multiple, or released it out on like YouTube in different parts and made money somehow.
I'm still glad I watched it in the theater though, because it's still that, like you said, that big screen format.
Yeah, no. And had I known what was going to be in that, I would have skipped out on watching it in theaters. Because I never want to see something that close to a screen ever again.
Right. I highly doubt there's going to be another Jackass.
He said they can make more, just not with them.
They said what?
There could be more, just not like with them as the people getting hurt.
With Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville and
just not them getting hurt. Like they'll film it and stuff, and they'll be on set, and they'll maybe make up some of the ideas, but they're not going to do anything else.
Gotcha. So it's just going to be somebody else getting.
Well, I mean, they brought in some new people from what I heard for this one.
Yeah, like Jasper. Jasper was new. I don't remember the other guy.
The first female person for it.
Yeah, the one who was getting stung by the scorpion.
Yeah. I can't believe she sat in that room while they were playing ping pong. I was like, what the fuck?
But I mean, she's a chick though.
Yeah, she's probably seen enough.
And not to mention, all of them are more or less like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, it's to be expected. It's just because that's all Jackass was. It's just a group of friends out and about with a camera doing stupid shit, like get in this grocery cart and I'm gonna push you into the bushes.
No, see, that sounds funny.
Right. And that's exactly how that shit just started out. And just so happened they started making money off of it. And boom, into, like, and we were talking about Steve-O. Like the reason why I love Steve-O is because, of course, if you know about, Jackass, Steve-O was like a really huge like alcoholic, bro. Like he was really out there. And then he got sober. Like the way you see him in the movie now was not him like in the movies like 10 years ago. He was like, right. And to me, I feel like the progression of Steve-O at this point was like super fucking dope. Like to even see him, he's still doing stupid shit, but he's not the same Steve-O from back then.
Right. I don't know. I was more excited and laughing at the reactions of other people in the theater laughing so hard about this than like I was looking around like I wasn't laughing at the parts people were dying at. I was just like, huh, huh. And then there were parts. Now, granted, everything that made me feel hurt inside, that happened a lot. Like, oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh.
I'm telling you, man, that I think the one that stand out to me the most was the miniature boxing, bro. Like
I was like, I'd never want to see something that close again.
I felt so much pain watching that skit. Like,
I don't know. I kind of feel like I felt more of the pain with the B skit. Because you don't know how many things actually stung him there.
Yeah, but
I feel imagine like I've had a bee sting before, just in my calf. I would never want to get a bee sting where he got one. I would die.
Right. I mean, I understand that.
Well, that I'm allergic to him, so.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, in all in all, I would say if you're a Jackass fan, you're gonna enjoy the movie. But if you're just getting into Jackass, it's like your first outing, unless you got like a warped sense of humor, I don't know if you'll enjoy it or not.
As a person who has a warped sense of humor and did not enjoy this movie, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this movie like a. Considering I didn't think of it as an actual movie and I could have just watched it at home, and if I didn't have A-list, I wouldn't have gone and seen it. I'm gonna have to give this a 2.5.
Out of what? 5, 10?
No, 10.
Jesus Christ.
Or if we have to go 5 stars, like a 1.5 out of 5.
I don't know what we're basing it off of, because whenever we do this like rating thing, I'm like always kind of biased, or either I'm biased because I love the movie, or I like
0 or 1. 1 is you hated it. 5 is you thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I
3
know that.
is I liked it. There were some things I didn't like, but it was an okay movie. 4,
but no.
Yeah.
Not the rating system.
Well,
I understand the rating system, but like, what are we basing it off of? Like the rest of the Jackass movies? Or...
I'm just basing it off of what the knowledge of what I know.
I'll say basing it off of the other Jackass movies, I'll give it maybe a 2.5, 3. Because again, even me as a fan, I already knew what I was going into the theater to see, but it's still the same thing all over again. It's just crazy people doing crazy stunts and getting hurt. So like I said, I would say if this was the last one, I enjoyed it enough for this to be the last one. Like I don't need any more after this. Like even if it's new people, I don't need any more after this. Not in the movie theater, at least. Like if they put it back on MTV, or like you say, like on Netflix or something, I'll tune in just because I'm a fan. But if they put it in the theater, I'm like you. The only reason why I would go back for another one is because I got A-list. If I didn't have A-list, I wouldn't waste my money on it, because I already know what I'm gonna see.
Well, I'm gonna revise. Not necessarily the fact that I'm still giving it 1.5. Well, I guess I'll revise a little. I'm gonna give it a 2. 2 times or 2. I don't want to ever get ball kicked ever out of 5. With that said, now we're getting into the meat of this podcast. Roland Emmerich's Moonfall. Now, to anyone who doesn't know who that is, he has made movies like 2012, a nice apocalyptic thriller, Independence Day, Godzilla. We don't talk about that one. Um, I think he made. Did he make The Day After Tomorrow?
Oh no, did he?
He's a German director, by the way, who really likes doing. Yeah, he did Day After Tomorrow. He did the movie Midway. I don't know if you
Wow.
saw that. And
Yeah.
his first movie I think he did was Stargate.
Really? The old school joint?
Oh wait, hold up here. The director. No, I don't want this app. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, he directed Universal Soldier before he directed Stargate. Then he directed The Patriot too. I've never seen The Patriot.
The Patriot was pretty dope.
2000 or 10,000 BC. Never saw that either. White House Down.
Oh shit, 10,000 BC was dope.
White House Down, which I thought was boring. I don't know if you've ever watched that one. And he also directed one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, Independence Day 2.
You know what? You know what? I went back and I watched part two. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was the first time I watched it, but it's definitely nothing compared to part one.
Well, I mean, Will Smith's not in it. They got actors who can't act worth a damn, at least not with his scripts. And it just looked, he just swapped out practical for CGI, and not even good CGI at that. And you didn't bring back anybody else other than Jeff Goldblum and the one crazy doctor, or no,
He brought back the president. He brought back the doctor. He brought back fucking Vivica Fox, the stripper.
Oh,
but gave her a redemption arc because she was like a doctor or a nurse or something in this one.
you can tell I haven't watched it in a while because the last time I watched it was I saw it in theaters in 2016.
Oh no, see, you better than me. I didn't watch it in the theater.
No, but I knew it was gonna be bad when I drove to the theater to watch it, and my car broke down before I got there.
Oh Jesus!
Or started having car issues. More likely, I managed to make it there, but I thought my car was gonna be toast after watching that movie. I was like,
But you was talking shit about Godzilla, bro. That's a dope Godzilla movie.
No, that's not a Godzilla movie.
That was a dope Godzilla movie.
No, that was a monster movie. Godzilla is not a fucking dinosaur. Okay?
I think what he tried to do is what Christopher Nolan did with his Batman trilogy. He tried to make it like it was like a real thing, like Chernobyl, like the radiation, like with the whatever the fuck those animals are called, bro. Like
lizards?
No.
Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons, but no, I'm thinking about something else.
Raptors.
Doesn't matter. But either way, it was like it mutated from that fucking lizard and just grew bigger. What I didn't like was the babies. Like they could have done without the babies. Everything else was dope as fuck.
The last time I allowed myself to watch that movie was in 2009 on a plane. And then I realized, even at that age, I was like, yeah, this isn't good. I haven't seen Godzilla movies before, but I know this isn't it. And then Godzilla came out in 2014. I was like, now that's a Godzilla movie.
Right. I still like this one. I like the 1998 Godzilla. But back to the movie though. Moonfall. Back to the movie.
Moonfall. We saw this trailer at one point. I think I'm the one who told you about it first.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. He's doing another disaster film. Hopefully this is better. It can't be worse than Independence Day 2. It really can't be. And not worse than that one. I think it's boring. It's boring at parts. IMAX made it better. There were points IMAX was like beating And the concept's cool. I like the concept. It hasn't been done yet, as far as I know, that I've seen in sci-fi films about the moon. By the way, spoiler warning.
You fucking right. It's gonna be spoilers because I'm about to talk all about this movie, like all up and down this movie. I'm about to talk about it.
Now I'm gonna do a role reversal here. I'm gonna give you my rating, simple rating, and then explain why.
Okay.
If I have to give it out of five moon cycles, right? I'm gonna probably give it around a 4
Okay, that's good. That's dope.
out of 10.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. No, it's honestly it's like a 3.5 for me.
Okay, out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Still not bad. But why? Why a 3.5?
The acting was way better in this. I didn't. Now, granted, I can tell when a movie really gets me up there in terms of close to that 5 if the acting is so good and the script is so good that I feel emotional weight for the characters. In that entire film, I was waiting for that moment, and it never came, except for like when Sam Tarly ends up sacrificing himself.
Sam Tarly.
I don't remember what his name was from there. I don't think I care either. Look at that, Sam, and the guy from Conjuring, and Catwoman.
Jesus Christ.
I'm the
I'm definitely not gonna give it a perfect rating, but you know, as soon as I left the theater, I already told you, bro, like the movie was fire to me because to me it was like the best I've seen where they had multiple stories going on. They had the moon thing going on. They had the thing where Michael Pena and his family was trying to get to the little tunnel. That shit was like gripping. And within that little scene, they had like people that were trying to ravage them. And then they had like the government. Right. And then they had like the government aspect. So they had like 3 things going on, all totally different things, but the same thing. And the only time I was sitting in the theater and I had that moment of, oh hell, here we go, is when they showed the part of the aliens, which was really humans, and they made AI. Like I'm so sick and tired of the artificial intelligence trope that, like I say, at first I was like, okay, here's the bullshit, because it was so dope to me up until that point. But then when I realized what they were saying is that the aliens was really us so long ago, trying to like make a better world for like maybe a new colony of humans. To me, I'm already a weirdo, and I definitely believe in aliens. So y'all can roast me if y'all want to, but I believe in aliens. But I never actually thought of the concept of what if the aliens that I believe in is really fucking humans. Like, and we're a descendant of them, and they got technology in like a distant fucking galaxy, and we're here to potentially start like some new shit. And the aliens that we think about isn't like little green men or anything like that. Like I've never thought of that concept ever before.
There's a few gaping plot holes, or not really plot holes. There's a few things in there that made me go, that's not how that would have gone, but okay.
Right.
First off, that many pieces of the moon breaking off and hitting the earth, they should all be dead. They're
destroyed.
Come on.
Yeah,
we've seen asteroids smaller than the pieces that hit the moon, and they destroyed the entire planet.
Right.
First off. Second off, no way. I don't care how that physics works with the moon, the geo thing, or whatever the hell they called it. Like they said it like 40 times. I don't remember what it was called.
Gravity.
And it comes that close to Earth. Nah, I don't care what's in that machine. That thing would not be circling over and edging that atmosphere. It would have just went, bah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Another part that I didn't like is kind of the same thing that you're saying. When they was about to take off in the ship and the fucking tsunami was
the
coming
gravity wave.
and they got out of the fucking Jeep like to look. And then all of a sudden they're like, let's get back in the Jeep, and they outran the fucking tsunami. Come on, man. Like they could have done without that. Like that made that shit like super unbelievable.
I don't know if you felt the same way, but I feel not only did I not care about his kid whatsoever, their whole "oh, I love you" is not earned at the
Yeah.
end.
Are you talking about the dude, the little boy that like was like in jail at first?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like
I was like,
that redemption arc was like rushed. That way it was like a bunch of bullshit.
I was like, I don't know why. I mean, I guess you're trying to be the emotional core, but I also could care less. You were not written very well.
Right. I think what they were trying to do.
Oh boy, he got arrested for stealing a car and driving it in a police chase. He'll use that later.
Right. I feel like they tried to push that in there to make us feel something for that character, to where he was bad and now all of a sudden he's trying to be good. And it was just rushed. And I think his father, what his father went through the movie was enough for character development.
Yeah.
They didn't have to put his son in there like at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Then also he wouldn't have had a reason to go back home.
Right.
But like, okay. The only other issue I have with this entire film, well, actually the other two issues, there's two of them. The second issue is if they had this life DNA thing that they could create life on this planet, and they had billions of years to do so because they said they left like billions of years ago. Why the hell did you not go to other planets in our solar system and put the same thing there?
Because it's inhabitable. The only reason why they were able to put the shit here was because this planet was habitable.
So I find them being able to be that advanced and build a fucking moon ship or whatever. They should have the technology to be able to do that. And that's where my second issue leads into. They end that stupid movie with that dumb thing. Oh, get ready, we're gonna go to work now, and then cuts to black. It's like, what? Go do it to other planets now? Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? Like, that's the thing I dislike about Roland Emmerich, and this is shows that we have given him too many chances. This man is this cocky that he thinks that he's gonna get another film. You got some brass balls, boy.
But it's because movie though. Every movie, and unless you know it's a one and done, the producers and the people who's distributing it, if they know it's a one and done, everybody makes a movie for it to be a sequel.
Independence Day, it ends perfectly. It leaves enough to where you go, my brain can fill in the gaps of what happens after the fact. We didn't need another Independence Day, but we got one. And I wish we hadn't, because not only was that movie garbage, but they set up a such better third film that we are never going to see, because no one wanted to see the second one. Because they were going to go fight the aliens on their own home turf. They had to make a garbage film, and now I hate the fact that they made it, because now we'll never get the cool sequel that we should have gotten.
Right. The only thing, my only gripe with Independence Day 2 is, well, all these alien movies. Like, okay, so they pick Earth to come to. They want to conquer Earth, and then we defeat them. If we defeated them already, why not go to somewhere else and try to find something there? Why hold a grudge against the planet Earth? Like, you beat us the first time, but you're not going to beat us this time.
Because they probably took over. They probably took over every other race, or destroyed every other planet, and they're the one that didn't beat. Kind of like how Darkseid, or Darkseid doesn't like the fact that Earth is the only planet that's been able to not be conquered. It's like, I want it. Other than the fact that there's the Omega, the anti-life equation there.
I guess.
Oh, that's so much better. Oh, hold up. I gotta show you this real quick. So this person decided, you know what? The Boba or the Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett just doesn't look like the character from the there's the
Of course.
yeah. So what they did is they remade him to look better.
Fair enough. I like the adjusted one.
What the hell? Why did it work first time and didn't work the second time? There we go.
Yeah, I like the adjusted one better.
But yeah, because his mouth doesn't look so fucked up.
Right.
But
But I mean,
again,
you still gotta account for
proportions.
live action.
Well, yeah, proportions.
Yeah, you still gotta account for live
Although,
action.
okay, so I know we're off topic, but I'm gonna real quickly go here because I didn't mention this earlier. I got a closer look at his fingers when he's like grabbing his gun, and they look exactly the same as the ones in Bad Batch. I was like, yes.
Right.
Also, I
Right.
forgot he has a metal plate in his head now.
Is it because of the
I'm assuming the story
when
that
he
we never got to see. Yeah,
right.
because he had it in Bad Batch.
Okay.
But back on topic with Moonfall. CGI looked pretty good. The visual effects were pretty good. It's definitely more enjoyable, and I didn't check to see what time it was and how much longer I had on this movie comparably to like Geostorm.
So which one do you think is better, Geostorm or Moonfall?
The problem is I can't actually answer that question because I have not watched Geostorm since it came out in theaters, and I actually probably need to watch that again before I can give my full-on take on it because I haven't seen it so long, and I have it. So
I think it's Moonfall. I think Moonfall is way better than Geostorm.
I think Geostorm had some more impressive things about it than visually more impressive, except for how bad sci-fi it looked. The idea, the story of Geostorm, hands down, worse than this one.
Right.
But there were some sequences in Geostorm that I still remember to this day that I went, that's pretty awesome.
For sure.
Like when the storm thing hits Afghanistan or whatever and everyone gets frozen.
I wish the antagonist of Moonfall
was not an AI.
Was more than what it was.
You know what would have been a better thing? If it wasn't that thing that was caught. I mean, granted, it was the reason that they were going off orbit to begin with. But what if they had got rid of the AI completely and the remnants of that ancestors that they had in that thing, you go up there, you tell them, that they're gonna they're gonna try to fix the orbit or whatever, and they give them this whole backstory, and they tell them that there's some AI causing them issues, but when it's really, in fact, it's them that decide that humanity has lost its way and wants to crash in. So the people who created them and the fucking hollow moon end up being the ones that are causing issues.
Right, like us fucking up the earth and all this other stuff.
Oh no, I was saying us as humans is not, fighting and everything like that. Like, we're gonna try to crash our orbital thing into your planet so that way you guys unify as a race.
Oh. Okay.
Then again, at the same time, okay, let's destroy the moon. That'll make things better. It's very close to you, so it's just going to fall into your orbit and destroy your planet anyway. Also, even if it doesn't do that like that, nuclear fallout. Also, what do you think is going to happen when you don't have a moon? The planet's going to be messed up anyway.
Right.
Again, realistically perspective, they should all be dead.
Right, of course.
The amount of pieces, like the entire outer coating of the moon is not there at the end of the movie. It's like, where, I mean, granted, some of them are orbiting around it, but like there are some big chunks that managed to hit the earth. I don't think the earth is not damaged.
Right.
Also, I didn't care about Michael Pena's character at all.
Bro, I was gonna say the exact same thing. I don't even see why he was like in the movie at all.
Well, because he needed to be promoting Lexus.
Right. That's all it was.
Here's the funny thing. I was watching that, and before I even saw it was Michael Pena, I watched him go into a Lexus dealership, and I went, "Is this Danny LaRusso auto?" That's the vibe I got from it.
Right. And that's all it was. Because, of course, because movie, that was another thing I didn't like, is like that chase in the snow.
I mean,
The
that was more exciting than some other parts of the movie,
for sure.
and it made more
was
sense than let me just stand outside my Jeep and wait for this tidal wave to come at us and then drive away.
Yeah, I dig that.
Now,
Like,
I know you don't care about it. I'm gonna let you continue, but I'm gonna look up the Rotten Tomato score of this movie.
yeah. Oh no, I was just saying, like, the way they was sliding around, it was like so unbelievable. But like, of course, it's because
Sport mode.
right?
Let me go into sport mode. It has a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes critically, 81% for audiences. Whether Moonfall is bad, so bad it's good, or simply bad, will depend on your tolerance for B movie cheese. But either way, this is an Emmerich disaster thriller through and through. Okay, you need to get your heads out of your dick cheese and figure out that this is not a. You need to go back and look at Geostorm and tell me this is not a masterpiece compared to it.
Right. I agree with that.
I'm also going to go ahead and tell you that I am shocked at how well rated Jackass Forever is.
What is it?
86% audience score and a 90% on critics. Comparably, I'm pretty sure Jackass 3D got less. Did you see Jackass 3 in theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it in 3D?
Mm-hmm.
That must have been crazy.
That was a whole 3D craze.
Jackass 3 had a 66% rating.
For audience or critics?
No, that was for audience or critics. Audience was 69% hit.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't think the other ones got nearly as. Let's see here. Jackass 2 had a 64% and an 80% audience score, and then Jackass 1 had a 49% and a 75%, because I'm guessing this was the first time they did a movie.
Right. And I would assume the last one is so high because, again, everybody just missed that shit.
Well, because it's been 12 years since the last one came out.
Right. Like, it's nostalgia. They
and 20 years after the first one came out.
Right.
I won't watch another one again, though. It's not my.
I agree though. Like, I don't think I will see another one either.
I'll tell you this. Parts of it made me feel like I was watching the Three Stooges movie over again. And that movie was just slapstick comedy with a very thin plot.
Right. Super
and
thin.
Also, Kate Upton as a nun in a bikini.
Right. I forgot about that movie.
You should. But
I grew up on the Three Stooges.
Oh, that's anything else you gotta say about Moonfall?
Nah. I mean, if you like kind of like in the world type movies, like disaster movies, definitely go and see it. I thought the movie was fire. A thing that piqued my interest is what I already talked about, as far as me believing in aliens and the way they put the concept of what aliens are. I think the shit is dope. If you got A-list, definitely go and see it. If you don't got A-list and you're really not into anything like this, I'll say wait until it come out on whatever streaming platform they're going to put it on. I'm going to see it again, though. I'm going to see it again on Sunday.
I think that I don't actually. I used to love disaster films, and I thought I always would. I think I'm done with disaster films. I don't know if it's just because of the COVID happening that caused me to go, we're already in a disaster. I don't want to see another disaster. But I mean, either that or I literally just last disaster film I watched was Don't Look Up, and I thought that was a fucking masterpiece in terms of a smart disaster film.
Right,
And
I
I was
agree.
like, oof. Um, I'm actually looking here and trying to figure out what new disaster films are coming out in the next year or two. And I forgot that they're still making a San Andreas 2 movie.
Really?
Yeah. They also have a movie in pre-production called Earthfall.
Is it like anything to do with Moonfall?
Nope, it's just aliens are attacking Earth, and NASA must find their one astronaut who will save the world. Stupid as hell. Oh wait, here. Nope, that's also not it. I guess there's no more disaster films coming out that are slated for this year. Oh well. Apparently, new disaster. This is funny. New disaster films 2022. There's Moonfall, and then there's Aquaman 2. That will be a disaster, hopefully.
Oh Jesus.
And then they're gonna make another Greenland movie.
Yeah, we was already talking about that. I don't know how that's gonna be though.
I mean, the first one was not terrible.
No. I like it.
It
I wanted more from it, but it wasn't bad.
it was good for what it was.
Right.
And it was a better disaster film starring Gerard Butler
Gerard Butler. Yeah.
than Geostorm. A phrase which he's been in 2 disaster films. Uh, 2 is more than one, but that's still a lot.
Right. But I definitely like Geostorm better than the fucking other one.
And what? Than Greenland?
Oh no, my bad. I like Greenland better than Geostorm.
Yeah, I think honestly the peak for disaster films was like 2004 to 2009.
Yeah, because it was new. Well, not new.
It wasn't as much portrayed in the media as that.
Right.
Because everyone hated, or not everyone, but a lot of people hated The Day After Tomorrow when it first came out. But it's a good film.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I've seen it in the movie theater.
That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. I was like, "Is this gonna happen?"
Right.
Because I mean, that's scary.
What's the Bruce Willis movie?
Armageddon.
Armageddon. That shit was dope. That shit was more plausible to me. Like as far as like a disaster movie.
Yeah, but okay, so that's the thing I get with Moonfall that makes more sense. Oh, there's something that's going to destroy the world. Yeah, shoot nukes at it. Be a militarized moment there instead of, hey, let's send these oil rig workers out to instead of NASA scientists and astronauts to drill into an asteroid.
Yeah, because they know how to drill stuff.
I just think it's less plausible.
Sure.
They had way more time than they should have.
I don't know. I guess
2012 is my peak. 2012, as badly written as parts of it is probably my favorite disaster film.
I don't remember that. Was that like when the one where like a whole bunch of water and shit was coming through?
That's the one where the entire world was ending and the entire LA tectonic plate sunk into the ocean.
Oh, I haven't seen.
And then Woody Harrelson's like standing on top of Yellowstone, and the entire fucking thing erupts. Dude, that movie is 2.5 hours long. I will never not watch that and go, this isn't a great movie in terms of script, but I love watching the world get destroyed. Because honestly, it needs to happen at this point. Humanity's lost. But that's just a critic in me.
For sure.
But I think we are going to end this podcast episode because we are running out of time. And by that, I mean, it is almost 12 o'clock in the morning and I'd like to go to bed. And we thank you.
I'm asleep right now. I'm already asleep.
Well, I got to finish my drink first before I pass out and eat something. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out, watching our stuff, listening to us, because, we do appreciate it. Also, thank you for anyone who listened to it, our last episode, because boy, did we get a bunch of listeners on the last episode, and I can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Stay tuned. by the time that I have this released out, I'm gonna have an edited clip on the end of this that is a tease for an upcoming project I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be good. If it's not, then oh well. Roast and toast me, bro.
Roast and toast. We're gonna put it on a t-shirt, bro.
Yeah, at some point. Once
Roast
I
and
start getting
toast.
merch. No, it's roasted and toasted.
Right.
And if I want to be really edgy, I could put roasted and toasted, bitch. Probably not though. I feel like roasted and toasted is probably good enough.
For
I'll
sure.
I'll have a little tiny thing at the bottom that's in parentheses says bitch.
A little asterisk.
Yeah. But hopefully you get some sleep. And just pass out. I'm gonna do the same. And you guys, I hope you enjoy wherever time of day you are currently listening to us on.
Right.
Peace out.
Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
All right, man.
What up, guys? Real quick, try not to hate me too much in the comments. This rap that I made that's kind of short, it's my first time writing anything, and obviously my voice is not necessarily meant for, singing, so try to keep your hate down and a little bit in the comments. It's all love here. Always. Enjoy. Yo, what up? It's Jay from Cinema Theorists, here to give you a nice little beat just for you. Ready? It's Jay coming at you with a little beat. Shawntel and me, we got this show and I'm telling you it flows. Let me tell you how it is. Let's go. You ready? Here we go. Movies on movies on movies on movies on movies on shows. We talk about everything, anything, just to let you know whether or not you should watch. Just giving you the facts. Turn it up a notch before you react. From Star Wars to Marvel, we got more in store. We startle, it should be a score. We spit in fire. Some of you may disagree. Don't call me a liar, because I guarantee that I'm getting higher than you'll ever be. R.I.P. Anything, everything, we can do anything, you just agree.